of it.
That's crazy. That seems weird.
No, but then like we have to check the furnace
Yeah,
and the water
furnace
heater
and the water
or something.
Right. Yeah, the majority of the bad things is what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll hope so.
Hopefully. Yeah.
So probably you'll be done by 12 or from at 11:45.
Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, and then however long it takes, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see you.
Okay.
You're trying to take a picture?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Shoot.
Oh, that was nice. I didn't know that we could do that with phone.
Yeah, that's really helpful for me because I definitely can't get my... So this is a 2-ton unit,
Okay. I have no idea what that means.
the 024. That means that it will serve about, by rough home inspector math, about 1,400 square feet.
But this is 2080.
Right. 2080 square feet. Okay. 2080. But we don't have to cool the basement. It's
Right.
kind of self-cooling, so that means we've got about a little over 1,000 square feet that needs to be cooled.
Right.
So
They're fine
we're
then.
good. Yeah.
But the AC does have ducts inside the basement, right?
Right.
Is this an issue, the insulation coming off? Like,
Yeah, you'll want to replace that, and that's a $5 fix.
or just this whole unit's gonna go away, or they're just gonna put?
Yeah,
something
you
on
just tear this off or cut it off,
top? Okay.
and then you go to Home Depot and you get some more.
Right. Can I do it myself? Like.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's see. I'm coming down here. We got 2 tons. Now this guy here should also be secondary, and it should not work. And it does.
Yeah. I think they mentioned it.
So yeah, and then you see all the hoses and timers and levers and knobs. Yeah, we're definitely sprinkling with drinking water.
Okay. Is this electrical?
Yeah, this is, you got 100 amps on this home.
Okay.
That's not a surprise. That's a very typical number.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
Careful not to step on dog poo.
Oh yeah, we have a number of donations here, don't we? So it's interesting that we have house water, and this one is supposed to be house water. That one is not. But we've got both of them within a few feet of each other. This is a new faucet, and it should have been a freezeless. They cheaped out on you.
Should have been a frizz-less structure.
Yeah, it should have been what's called a freezeless faucet, and yeah, they didn't do that. Again, we need to get water away from the foundation.
Not the best of doing.
No, it sure isn't. So we don't have any electrical out here. This is just storage.
Right. I think they have this light.
Oh yeah, I saw that at Costco the other day.
Okay. All right. You take it.
Yeah, I don't see how to turn that on. Oh, right here.
There it is.
Okay. Well, I hear that it's... that's not that great a light.
So,
So, I'm not going to make a big deal of the damaged screens here.
sorry, what?
You see the damaged screens there?
Right. Oh, yeah.
But like I say, there's big deals and little deals, and that's a little deal. So this is a Gable Vent up here.
What vent?
This it's called a Gable Vent.
Gable?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And that provides a way for air to leave the attic. Let's just see. Well, let's look at some of the other homes. You see that home has the 5 big square vents on the top.
Right.
Those are called turtle vents.
Okay.
This one has a ridge cap vent because it's right on the ridge.
I don't see the vent there.
Yeah, right on the very top.
Right. I see a chimney coming out. And I see the other one.
Right.
And I see
So
black pieces.
if you go right to the top of the shingles.
Oh, right. They're like perforations?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a ridge cap vent. If you look at this home over here, that's got only 2 weirdly placed turtle vents again. And then if you look at that one, that's a ridge cap vent.
Okay.
So you've got to have, and there's also attic fans and turbine vents, and there's a number of different kinds of ways to vent an attic.
Okay.
But we need to we need to do more than the gable vents. And I want to see what's going on this one. I'm going to have to get on the roof to do that because it's not going to show us from here.
Keep the door on? Like
Yeah, you can just close it. That's fine. So in here, we're actually grounded.
neutral open?
Yeah, we're properly wired here. That's reassuring considering what we saw outside
So it was just the outside that was the issue?
thus far.
Okay.
So should I call this the living room
I guess.
or the entry or the front room? Do you have any preference?
No.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
All right. I want to get that fan working.
Maybe a different switch?
It might be on a remote.
Don't see one. Maybe this one. Oh, there's a remote here. I just pressed the power button, but it didn't work.
All right. Well, I'm going to write in that it's not working, and they can prove me wrong. Yeah, it's got power. Fan.
Oh, looks like it works. So this was a switch that actually...
Okay, so you got to turn the switch on, and then the remote will...
Right. And takes a second from the switch being on, and then like press medium.
Okay.
I can turn the light on and off, but... Okay, no, it makes sense.
Well, that works. Now, something I wanted to show you is we've just got some poor workmanship. You see how we kind of have a corner right here? It's coming around. It's not flat.
Right. Like there are like curves as I take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and you see that right down here as well. Why aren't you pointing? What's wrong with you
The
today?
temperature gun?
It is, but it's also got the pointer.
This is-
So yeah, it's that's not flat. I just wanted you to see that
Is that
today.
structurally integrating
Structurally, it's not an issue. It just means that
aesthetics?
Right.
Work on it.
yes. So these outlets here with the red and blue buttons are called GFCIs.
Sorry, I don't get it.
They're called GFCIs, ground fault circuit interrupters,
Okay.
also known as GFIs. And what happens is if you were to drop, say, a blow dryer or a toaster into the sink, you've created a short,
Right.
and this creates, this disables the line.
Yeah.
So that's behaving as it should. And this one is also doing what it should. So this one is, you saw that it popped, but I can't reset it here.
Right.
So I've got to reset another one somewhere else. Okay,
Stop
so
resetting?
it did, and we've got power again now,
Okay.
but you saw that I had to reset both this one and that one.
Right.
And as a double E, you know that we don't need both of those.
Okay.
If you wanted to, you could take it out, but you don't have to.
The water doesn't get that warm, does it?
Let's give that a minute longer.
Yeah, now it's getting hot.
Okay. So
Pretty hot now.
the valve forward should be cold.
Okay.
So you got hot and cold plumb backwards here.
Okay.
And I'll write
This
that
is
in.
all hot now? No.
Yeah.
Oh, it got itself backwards.
Right.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, okay, it's not getting hot. I turned it up.
Yep. So I'm going to write hot and cold plumb backwards. Let's test the disposal.
Short six expected.
Yeah, does okay. Okay. And over here. So I've got a sister-in-law who's from Malaysia,
Oh, okay.
and tell me the country you just told me. Where are you from again?
Bangladesh.
Okay. How far is that from Malaysia?
About 2.5 hours of flight time.
Uh-huh.
So about from here to Chicago.
Okay, so that's quite a distance then.
Yeah, I've been there once.
Bangladesh. Yeah, I've never been over there. I made it to China before.
Oh, okay.
That's as far as I've gotten.
You have went farther than, like, I don't know which direction you traveled through, the Pacific or the Atlantic, but
I did the Pacific.
so that was a shorter route. Yeah, so that's good for you.
Yeah. I want to make sure that this,
What is this?
that's a warmer,
Okay.
and the controls for that guy. Should be just right here. Let's see. Yeah, start on that.
So bake is gonna be happening inside,
Right.
right? But it's just set at 100, so it's not gonna get warm.
It's at 100 degrees right now, but it should warm up.
Okay.
I want to get this guy working. It is warm.
So this is high.
Yeah, that should be.
Yeah,
should,
it's
okay.
coming up again. So
All right.
I think it does
So
burst.
it is kind of cool because you've got an inner ring and an outer ring, and if you want to do the outer ring, you know, you'll go that direction. But yeah, that's kind of a nice.
Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't understand the inner ring and the outer ring part.
Yeah, so you see you've got a dial here that goes
Right.
from 2 to high,
Right.
and then
The
another
same
one that
there.
goes from
Right.
2 to high. So if you go over here,
Right.
we'll see what that one does. See, you got the larger diameter there,
Right.
where if you're just doing this one over
Is
here,
this gonna be the middle part? This part?
yeah, just the
all right.
interior part. So that's nice. So tell me what Bangladesh is like, because I don't know if I'll ever make it there.
Oh, like I said, it's hot and humid. It's super dense. Because we have almost 180 million people living there for a state that's smaller than Utah. I mean, for a country that's smaller than Utah.
How many people?
180 million.
Whoa.
Yep. Wait, 10 million is a crore. So we got 18. So yeah, 180. Yep, I'm correct on my math.
Dang.
And yeah, it's very dense, but it's very concentrated in some of the cities. It's not as spread out as America is. There are lots of big cities in America, right?
Right.
But in Bangladesh, it's not that. Okay, so it takes an hour and 10 minutes to get to 72 from. Okay, I wonder why is that?
Yeah, that is interesting. I don't know that I believe that. I would verify that by testing it. But obviously this is some technology, and I believe that's the Nest, and you'll want to just get up to speed on that.
Yeah, just install an app for that, right?
Yeah.
So you left that on a purpose.
Yeah. I want to have it prove to me that the heater works.
Okay.
So here, I plugged this in, and it's not working. So I'm going to reset the GFI.
It didn't make a clackety sound.
Right, yeah, there's no power there. And there's still no power. So somewhere else, there's another GFI that's protecting this one.
Isn't that weird?
It's bad wiring. You should have one GFI that protects things. To have two is just not necessary.
Right.
So I'm going to write this in for now as not working.
Okay.
And I'm going to call this the main bathroom.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So let me show you this guy here. Couple things you'd be aware of when you've got a window in the shower environment. You want to just make sure that this seal remains good, or you're going to get water in behind the wall.
Okay.
And you don't need the termites and the mold and the rot.
Right. So is the ceiling good?
Yeah, that seal looks great. You see how there's a little bit of a gap going right here?
Right.
And you're going to want to seal that as well, because you don't want water getting in behind there.
Is that like just put some putty around it?
Right, yeah, caulk, much like this.
Okay.
So under the tub category, I'm going to say seal the faucet interface.
Okay. Thank you. Seal the faucet interface. I wonder why it's... Oh, did you?
Turn it on like that. Yeah, that's doing okay. So
Why is the water not raining?
That's what I wanted to look at next. Yeah, that is not a good drain.
Okay.
So I'm going to write that in. You can do a Drano. Usually it's because there's hair down in here.
Right.
So you can get, even from the dollar store, the little things that you shove down in and it grabs the hair and pulls it out.
Okay.
Or you can just go in underneath here and disconnect the plastic nuts.
Okay.
Clean it out that way. But I'm going to write in a pour drain. But with plumbing the way it is now, that's not a hard thing to do. If you were to YouTube how to unclog a drain, it's pretty simple.
Okay. Does not drain well. Google Voice, come on. Safe does not rain well. So the bathroom fan works? Like,
Nothing works because our GFCI is popped. We'll have to come back to that once we can reset the GFCI. What do we call this bedroom? I can call it number 1 or northeast or...
Let's call it number 3.
Okay.
Does it work?
Does. So thus far the only bad outlet is the one on the outside.
Right.
That's good news. What do you think about the smoke alarm in here?
There's none.
Yep. So this is bedroom 3. And there is no closet door here, obviously. A lot of people like it that way.
Yeah, my wife hates it. So I think, like, we were discussing, like, okay, let's really think about it after we put that down and the closing costs and everything and get our appliances. What's the, like, we're not left with much budget.
Right.
And she said, like, we need to have budget for these doors. And I'm like, okay, sure.
All right, I'll write in.
What are these?
That's a night light.
So does it come on automatically?
Yeah.
How does it know? There's a chip
Just
inside?
a light sensor.
Oh, right. LDR.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll get up into this a little later. So, yeah, they left the doors off all of them, didn't they?
Right. Oh, looks like this one has a remote as well.
Uh-huh. Yeah, let's why don't you pick that baby up and let's get that light going. And then no smoke alarm in here again. I'm going to call this the master bedroom.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So the carpet is pretty new.
Yeah, it looks like it got replaced yesterday.
Okay. Oh, that's good. I wonder when you just stepped on it, I think it moved.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's because it's placed on the carpet, and that's pretty standard.
Okay.
You can see the subfloor begins a little lower. You got a very healthy carpet pad there.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's all doing okay.
Is there any way to secure this, like so that it doesn't come off every now and then?
You could put a screw in it.
Oh, okay. Don't want to do that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then you've got vinyl windows. Those have been updated.
Okay. Do you know the approximate age? Any idea?
These guys here, they are not dated 1980. They're probably, I'm going to go 15 years old.
Okay. But the insulation looks good because it's double paned.
Right.
Okay. So so that's not.
Yeah,
Or the biggest concern has been the sprinkler system. Would you say so?
definitely. Now, your smoke alarms that you don't have anywhere,
Right.
that didn't meet 1980 code and it doesn't meet 2021 code.
Okay. Like the city can come and sue
No,
you?
they won't.
Okay.
They won't. It's just
It's just
it's a safety thing.
guide. Right.
So what I'm going to suggest, being that you can't hardwire the interconnects between a number of different smoke alarms now, is you go with an Alexa type alarm.
Alexa has a smoke alarm?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Alexa, where's the smoke alarm?
Here's something I found on the
It's a good one.
Let's just take a look at this door and the door frame. This is a very old door.
Okay.
They've just
How do you tell?
because it's hollow, and you see the dings along the top. It's been painted well, but you see it's got some miles on it.
Okay.
And so that's reassuring to me from the meth perspective, because you can see as much history as they let you see. And this is a 40 some odd year old history here.
Okay.
And so,
You're thinking this is the original door?
yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that just blows all of my theories about this home being a meth property, blows them away. Yeah, you could easily put your fist through this if you wanted to. This was a cheap door even in 1980.
Right. Maybe they used it for the movie The Shining. Like what?
True that.
I wonder if this has a remote as well. I wonder if that remote is going to work on this one. Nope, this does not work on this.
So, yeah, I did. You have two switches there. One's going to be for your fan and one's for the light.
Right. This is the fan, this is the light.
And no smoke alarm. What do I call this bedroom?
Bedroom 2
Okay.
or workroom. Work from home.
I'll call it to work. Should I call it the office?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Ninja installation. Ninja back to mastery. What's that? No idea.
Interesting. Yeah, it doesn't say what it
Ninja
is.
have its 3 gratitudes: positive reading, affirmations, 1-minute visualization. Nice. Yeah, a lot of people do it. Nice. That's good.
Yeah. Well, good on them. This appears to be a woman's room,
Yeah.
or at least her closet.
This right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to check this master bedroom.
Does the plug here work? I would assume so because they have their
Which one?
the plug. Or
Yeah,
the
it did.
Switch.
Yeah, it did.
Now it's 72 in 1 hour. Right now it's 70.
And let's just see how we're doing heat-wise. The wall is 68 degrees. And down here, we're at 92 degrees.
Because it's the vent. Is that normal?
Yeah, so you got a 14 degree differential. That's okay. And
What's the number that you would like to see?
for the furnace, that's okay. For your AC, you want to see closer to 20.
Okay. We're gonna try the AC as well.
Yes. We'll kick it on quickly and then turn it off.
Let's see how long it takes for it to go to 72.
Okay.
Just trying to keep a track of how long it takes to get it 4 degrees up.
Works for me.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Let's see. I think we've done the main level. Let's head.
And this is an older sink, right? Because it's shallow.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Okay.
And this is a little newer. You see, it's kind of wobbly.
Oh, right. Okay. Is this expensive? Like this needs to be replaced? I have no idea.
They are spendy, and you can spend anywhere from 500 up to 5,000 or more for
Sorry
that.
about that. Okay, cool. Nope, not gonna be.
You've got 4 steps from this landing up to here.
Right.
When there's 4 steps, you're supposed to have a handrail. Now, again, this home may grandfather. You can't expect
You know what? There's no smoke alarms.
none. Yeah. So it's unreasonable to expect a home built in 1980 to be built to yesterday's code.
Of course.
But still, I'm writing in that we need a handrail here, just because it's a good idea. And we do have the handrail here.
I wonder what this is. Okay, this light. They kind of like closed it out.
Uh-huh.
I don't want us to use this one.
Yeah, that's a little odd. Well painted.
Okay. I just noticed that it has this.
Yeah, so this would be for the screen door that has been removed.
Okay.
Yeah, they must have decided that this door is their main door because this is the one with the doorbell. You'll want to ask them, and I'll take a picture of this to remind you. You'll want to ask them why that one is blocked off. Now this handrail is, by current code, it's too low. You don't have any tall or elderly people that are going to be using your home?
There might be, my parents might come over to see us.
Okay.
Or my wife's parents might be here.
So then we want your parents to be able to use this handrail.
Right.
And you see, for me, I've got to use my full arm length to be able to grab that.
Right.
That should be about 6 inches higher.
But you are a tall person,
Right.
so
And so your parents, how tall are they?
they're not as tall as you, for sure.
Okay. All right. And what do we call this room?
Bedroom 4.
Bedroom 4. So you've got some bedrooms in this place.
Yeah, just like we didn't need so many rooms, but I think it was just matching the price. The interior looked nice and everything. Just like,
Mhm.
okay, well, maybe it's gonna be a positive thing to have 5 bedrooms. That's gonna add some value to the selling point.
Right. You see, we've got the acoustic ceiling tile on this.
What do you mean when you mean?
This is the lazy way to put a ceiling in the basement.
Okay. Right. It lifts off. I saw it before.
Yeah.
Right.
And again, we're missing a smoke alarm.
Right. And
Yeah. So that's 4. That makes this one 5.
I wonder if this is from a leak or like.
Yeah. So I was going to talk to you about this. You see how this is a fairly small circle in this one?
Yeah.
That's a leak. It's a leak from a mouse.
There's mouse in this attic.
There has been.
Okay.
It's not been too bad because usually when you see a couple of those, you see a number of them. Mice will generally go potty in the corners, and they didn't do that here. But once a certain area has been identified as the place to pee, then they'll generally go to that place.
And so, how much space do we have at the top? Not much. Just turn on the light.
Yeah, you could get some head space if you were to. Yeah, you could. That would be what, about 6 inches. But then you've got the you see the plumbing up
Right.
there. But yeah, acoustic ceilings are lame. You see that we've also got a little bit of pee going there. Now, given that this home was built in 1980 and it's been here for, or in the 80s, it's been here for about 40 years, you would expect there to be a mouse history. But I'm still going to write it in as
What
a...
happens if there's a mouse history? You like just call the
So what you do,
mouse elimination or pest control.
right. So, and by the way, I have web pages for all of this. If you want to know about mice and all that, I have a web page for that. If you want to know about roofing and ventilation,
Right.
and
In your website,
asbestos.
Crossroads Engineers,
It's actually Home Medic Nest.
homemedicnest.com.
Yeah, and I'll give you links to all of that in my report.
Okay.
But the thing is, mice are predictable. They're looking for food and shelter. So if they can get into your house, you know, it's a nice warm environment, and then they're going to go looking for food.
Okay.
And so if they can find food, they're going to reproduce. You're going to have a bunch of mice in your house.
Right.
And they're going to be living up here because they're sheltered from you.
Okay.
So basically, you want to do two things. One is fill in corners on the outside so they can't just waddle in. The second is keep food away. For example, I was moving to Lehigh in the mid-90s, and I brought over some rice and some chocolate chips and popcorn and marshmallows, and I just put it on a shelf. And before I moved in, the mice did. And
Had a feast.
and they ate well for a while.
Another
Yeah, there's a lot of closets going here. Little reading nook or something.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can I show you something?
sure.
This looks like
It's dangling. That's because you're attaching a heat register to acoustic ceiling tile, and this isn't meant to handle any more than its own weight.
okay.
So that goes in the lame category. I mean, this is not going to fall,
Okay.
but it's definitely dumb.
Okay. The windows look fine, I guess.
Yes, they do. Those are vinyl windows. That's a happy surprise because usually in these older homes,
They don't have that.
you don't have that.
Maybe
Yeah,
somebody.
they might have updated the upstairs, but often they won't do the basement.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So, and when you have a dog, you said you guys don't have any pets, is that right?
No.
That helps because if you're feeding the dog in here, you're also feeding the mice. Okay, so a good electrician is going to bring things in nice and square. He's going to square things down, square them over, square them down, and square them in. You see, that's not what we did here. These are all 1980 era breakers. So this is a GFI that popped. You see it's in the middle there. I'll turn that off and then back on, and then our bathroom upstairs should probably work
So
again.
is this the central GFI?
This is the breaker box for everything.
Okay. Oh, for everything.
Yes.
But why didn't like the lights go out and stuff? Like if that's for everything. Sorry.
So this one is only for the
switches.
the switches upstairs. But yeah, if we were to turn all these off, there would be no power.
Okay, right, sorry.
So you don't have very many breakers for a house this size. And the quality of the workmanship definitely leaves things to be desired.
Right.
You see this guy here, this is called a collar. this gray guy here,
Right.
and that protects the wires from the box, and it protects the box from the wires.
Okay.
We don't have that here.
Okay. Right.
Another sign that we have amateur wiring, as if we didn't have enough already. So I'm going to write in, I would like to have a professional electrician.
Just come and tidy things up.
Yeah, tidy things up and just give things a once over to make sure that there's not a problem. He's probably going to want to change these breakers out.
All of them.
Yeah, because I mean this one and this one are newer, and this one is newer, but these guys here, they've been around for a while. So I want to have.
How do you say that, or how do you deduce that? It's just like they look old, or they're older models.
They don't do red breakers anymore.
Ooh, okay.
And the green and all this, yeah, they just do black.
Okay.
So yeah, I would like to have you
So
get
most likely these three are new.
yeah, and this one, of course, being the GFI, it's probably 20 years or less. But I want to have you get a second opinion on the electrical. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write in under the breaker box category, refer to electrician.
But there's nothing hazardous or safety that you see going on here, right? I mean, it's something that's good to have, or something that's recommended. But
Right. Yeah, I don't see anything hazardous. I'm just uncomfortable
right.
with the way this was done, and the age here. So because I'm uncomfortable, I want you to get another opinion.
Right.
Okay.
Kitchen breaker not working.
Yeah, so I'm going to write in kitchen breaker's not working as well. I'm just going to say replace old breakers. Yeah. So normally, if you're gonna pop a breaker, or if you're gonna reset it, it's like you saw. This one was in the middle. Turn it off and then back on again, and then yeah, this one is off. And as you try to turn it on, it kicks itself off. That means that we have a short.
In the kitchen.
Actually, we probably have a short here. Let's open that back up again. I think that. I think that when I forced it, I might have caused the short. Yeah, the problem with an old breaker is that it becomes less reliable. So as I'm just putting on this thing and
Right.
it pops, there may come a day when it stops popping off like that,
Right.
and then at that point you
You
can
don't want that. You are unprotected.
right.
I'll just go and take a look at the temperature. How is it?
Let's just look at the temperature. So I'm getting 69 degrees down here. Let's see how it's doing up here. It should be warmer up here.
So the same thing. It says in 1.5 hours, 72.
Yeah, I don't know why it would think it's going to take that long. It might not be calibrated to the kind of furnace that you have. I'm getting 71.2.
Okay.
So that's pretty close. And then if we go to a heat vent, 120 degrees.
Okay. So it was 90 in that room just a while ago.
Yeah. So Yeah, it'll bring us to temperature here in, I'm thinking probably 5 minutes, not an hour and some change. Okay, does the washer and dryer stay?
No, they go.
Okay, it looks like they work because they've got laundry in them. You can see they have frosted these windows just for privacy. Your water heater.
Yeah, this is what we are more concerned with, like the heater, the furnace, the AC unit, because
Right.
we don't know.
Water heater is 2009.
December 2009.
So that's old.
You want me to hold it while you check?
Yeah, I just turned it up, so I'm going to make it work. Now, a typical water heater, it's going to vary based on how many people are in the house, the water quality being delivered, whether you're near a construction zone. But it's fairly typical for a water heater to go out in 8 to 10 years. How many people lived in this home, do you know?
Right now,
Yeah.
2.
Okay, so it's going to have more time if there's
But
only
then they
2
have been
people.
here only for a year, and we don't know
Right.
about the past.
So we're going to see if we can get this thing to indicate any sign of failure, but you're on borrowed time. Okay, let's see.
And how much does it take to replace one?
Before COVID, they were about $600.
Okay, the whole unit.
Yeah, and
Having a heater like this, which is maybe not as efficient as before, and maybe you said that it's possibility that it's running on borrowed time.
mhm.
What are the kind of implications or effects that as owners or people who live here? Like it takes water more time to heat, or is it a safety issue, or is it just not as efficient, so it incurs you more electricity?
It's